Yo, what's good? You already know it's your boy Ken Wall.
It's your boy Deja Wonder.
And you guys are tuning into another episode of Understated. Let's get it.
Come on now!
Alright guys, we have multiple topics to cover this week, so this episode's probably going to be longer than most.
Yeah, this one's going to be long.
And the most important topic that Ken wants to talk about, J.Cole's Middle Child.
Middle Child, yeah.
Yeah.
That's going to be lit. Now it's time to talk about the topic I've been dying to get to. J.Cole's Middle Child dropped yesterday at 9 a.m. Oh, it's the 24th, yeah, you're right.
So it dropped January 23rd.
Yeah.
And, let's get into that. J.Cole.
I like. Alright, so when I listened to it, 3 times.
Okay.
Listened to it 3 times. I didn't like the sound of it. Because I wasn't paying attention to the sound of it at first because I was listening more to the lyrics. And the lyrics, I disagree with some of what he was saying. Obviously, I'm at that point where J. Cole and me, my views with J. Cole, I don't agree with his views. With some of the stuff he was saying. I'll get into that later. But once I actually started listening to it, I listened to it in your car. I blasted it. That drum sounds nice. I like it. I like how his flow, obviously. J. Cole, I think he has the best flow right now out of any rapper. His delivery was great, and it sounds like he's going back to that type of style where he's hungry. He's going back to, he's hungry. He wants some of the smoke. He's kind of, it feels like he's fighting for something now. He's going after something, which he says that in the song. It seems like he's going after something. That's what I like during the song. That's why I like the song. I can still listen to it, but what he was saying, I disagree with. Some of the stuff he was saying, I just disagree with it. And this song helped me just come to terms with that. It helped me just come to terms with that.
I thought the song was a throwaway. For all the hype.
Nah, bro. There wasn't that much hype.
He was posting pictures all over Twitter before the song dropped.
That's not a lot of hype. One day,
J. Cole doesn't normally promote his songs like that. So
but still, that's not a lot of hype.
If J. Cole's going out of his way to promote it, I look at it as hype because he doesn't promote his other stuff like that. Nonetheless, I thought it was a throwaway track. I wasn't that impressed by it, and I will explain why. As a person who found out about J. Cole back in 2009, I listened to the Come Up, the Warm Up mixtapes, Friday Night Lights, listened to all of his albums after that. It's not even a personal problem that I have with J. Cole. Maybe it is. I just don't like the middle of the fence position that he's taken. And that's why I like the title Middle Child. Not because he's between two generations, because he's middle of the fence. That's what J. Cole is to me right now, and I don't like it. I don't like the message that he's sending because I feel he is very much playing the middle instead of taking a stance on where he belongs in this game. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always disagreed. This was when, a little bit after For Your Eyes Only came out.
Okay.
When he said, I don't really want to compete with Kendrick and Drake, because that's just not me. I don't really care to be at the top.
Mm-hmm.
But Joe Budden, I was watching Joe Budden podcast, and they had a good point. It's J. Cole's way too good to be acting like that. Yeah. You can't just coast by like that and act like, oh, you're not that good and you don't care about all this stuff. When you're really that good. You're still top 3. Mm-hmm. You're still in the top 3, bro. So stop acting like you don't really care about all this stuff because your talent says something totally different. And that's what's kind of annoying. It's I thought this, with what you said, this was going to be kind of solidifying his spot as top. He's going to be maybe in the running, kind of like a president thing where it's yo, I'm fighting for that #1 spot because he kind of is the middle child in terms of the top 3.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, who knows who's the three? Who's at the third spot? Because I'm not saying Drake or Kendrick is at the third spot.
It's all personal opinion.
It's all personal opinion. But I felt like this song, it kind of disappointed me with that. But I was like, all right, whatever. I can move from the side. But the lines that kind of
what do you like about the song? Like, is there?
Like you said, he went back to that like I'm rapping about not rapping about, because he always rapped about something more. Mm-hmm. That's why I always appreciate J. Cole. It was more like his energy was different. Okay. It just felt like his energy was totally different with this song.
Would you attribute that to the fact that he didn't make the production? Because in the last
well, this is the same people that did, I think, Revenge of the Dreamers.
Okay, yeah, but it's just like his last few productions has just been very minimal. There wasn't any.
He's been listening to Joe Budden podcast, bro. I really think Joe them are right, bro.
Yeah. So it's like this one. Maybe that's why he had more energy, because his last few stuff has just been, to me, dead. Like it's just I'm just like listening to him rap and like,
I don't know
what's going on.
Yeah, it just seems so lazy and slow. But this, it's more upbeat. Okay. And that's why I never got with J. Cole, because I could still listen to the meaning of the song, bro. You always had a deeper meaning. You did not take away the production from it. So I don't know why he did all that. But yeah, here's the lines that I disagreed with. It's just put the rollie right back on my wrist. This watch came from Drizzy. He gave me a gift. Back when the rap game was praying, I diss. They act like two legends cannot coexist. I get that. But it's like, I hate when people want to go like, I don't know if he meant it like this. But I saw a lot of comments like regarding that line, and they were like, "Yeah, it's good because they always want two black people at the top beefing, two black men beefing." And it's like, I don't think it's that. I don't like when people associate that, because rap, it's competitive. It's like sports. It's competitive. That's part of the game.
Yeah, I think
I don't agree with when they say, "Oh yeah, like two black men." It's like, stop trying to put that this is like a race.
That's because they're putting that narrative.
Race. Yes. Yeah, it's like,
I think that's a spin narrative that certain people are trying to put on it. It's just like they want two black people competing at the top. No, in any arena of life, you're always gonna have competition, and rap is mostly dominated by black. So I don't think it's an issue. Yeah. And nobody wants to see Drake beefing with J. Cole and J. Cole beefing with Kendrick to the level where it's just like they dislike each other. We want a competitive spirit.
Yeah,
where it's just like, if I say that I'm the best, then you're just gonna constantly want them to prove it.
And we're not saying them go beat up. It's like, bro, no, that's not what it's about. So it's like, I didn't really get that. And then let me find it. God damn it. The uncle line. I call him Uncle Cole right now, where he says everything grows, it's destined to change. I love you little niggas. I'm glad that you came. I hope that you scrape every dollar you can. I hope you know money won't erase the pain. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know because it's like, at one point in the chorus, what he says, the real one's been dying, the fake one's is lit.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's exactly what I'm saying. You're playing middle of the fence.
Middle of the fence. What does it mean? The real one's is dying, and the fake one's is lit. Like, I don't.
That's what I'm saying.
I like that. I like that line. I'm not gonna lie, but I wish he put his he met him he would explain that. Because sometimes, like we said, he's playing Uncle Cole, where it's like he's the cool uncle that you can go to, all the kids can go to.
You do this, it's all good. But then, like I said, he's coming off very hypocritical, because he says the real ones is dying, the fake ones is lit. You're the one that did an interview with Lil Pump after he dissed the hell out of you.
Wow, you get so much props. You diss a 17-year-old. Lame ass jit. Shit, I ain't worried about none of you old heads. I ain't with none of that lyrical shit. I'm Lil Pump.
You Lil Pump, I'm J. Cole.
What's good, man?
How you feeling?
Good.
Yo, so there's people that's watching this right now that's probably like...
They probably won't believe it.
Yeah, they
losing. It's Photoshop.
Yeah, facts. They losing their mind. There's people that fuck with me that are probably like, Why?
Yeah,
Remember
so
that.
and it's like clout. I'm not beefing with anyone if it's clout or something like that. You said that line. It won't be for clout. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I smoke a rapper, it's gonna be legit. It won't be for clout.
Yeah, and then it's like everybody knows the connotations around certain rappers compared to other rappers. So when you juxtapose, hey, I just hung out with 21 Savage, but then I'm hanging out with Hove. It's like, what are you trying to say in the message of the song? Because you're going back and forth. It's like, even to the point where it's like, oh, I have friends that are fiends, but I still love them to death. Like, it's like very much middle of the fence. And maybe that's what he wants, because that's how life is. It's not black and white.
It's not black and white.
It's very gray. But at some point, we're all going to need J. Cole to pick a side. Because you can't be for the artistry and be like, hey, what I do is great. And then also, like, say that, I want to get this point clear. Because some people will be like, wait, why can you only say that his art is great and other people's art isn't great? What I'm saying is that you're at the top of your game for a reason, because people recognize what you do. Now, by doing that, you cannot diminish what you do that's up here and say that it's equivalent to what they're doing and it's here. You just can't do that. And this is the problem that you run into with this, that we have in this society, that everybody gets a trophy kind of thing. It's like, if you cannot compare a Grammy nominated album for an artist to an artist that never got any Grammys, doesn't get recognized even in that sense. It's like, that's what happens when you play middle of the fence. You're like, yeah, yo, you guys are great over there. You guys are great too. But you know, everybody knows on some level that these guys are putting out higher quality of work.
Because he said, like,
you can be friends
be
with
honest,
both.
what do you think he means by the real ones is dying and the fake ones is lit? And that's what, when I heard it, I was like, wait, so is he saying about the conscious rappers, the ones that, who knows, I don't know what he means by that line.
Exactly, because he's playing the middle of the fence, because he doesn't want to personally offend anybody in the industry. At least that's how it comes off. It's just like, hey, yeah, the real ones dying, the fake ones is lit, but I'm hanging out with the real ones and I'm hanging out with the fake ones.
Because it's like, is he saying 21 Savage is a fake one? Because I would say
No, because
he's not.
and that's the thing. It's like, what is the message that Cole is trying to get? And that's why I have such a problem with the trajectory that he's gone, because in the past there was no, oh wait, what is J. Cole trying to say? Nowadays it's like, it's the cycle. It's like 1 minute he's saying this, then the next minute you read an interview he's saying this, and it's like, wait, I don't even know what the hell J. Cole's trying to say, because he's trying to be friends with everybody. And I get that, because he's trying to influence everybody. Go live your life. Don't worry about like the riches and letting that cloud your
make
judgment.
Money and, like,
and
prosper. I like that.
I like it.
But it just comes off as he's playing the uncle. Mm-hmm. And you just find with whatever goes on in the music industry, when it's like, you know, some of these rappers promote like drugs and substance abuse and all. It's like, would you do that? Like, do you think that's...
And you can't be the uncle if you're only a few years older than these guys. Like, in the sense of uncle, it's like, you can't... J. Cole's like only like in the early 30s. Yeah. And he's saying this like he's the uncle to people that are like maybe 5, maybe 10 years behind him. And these are still like adult-minded kind of people. Yeah. So it's like, it's this weird thing that I'm just not ingrained in what he's saying, and the message is very muddled.
This song does make me want to hear more. I don't think he'll make more tracks like this on Revenge of the Dreamers 3.
We'll see,
but it makes me want to hear it more.
Yeah,
I was excited about this album ever since they announced it.
But just I just want to tie up this thing. It's like, even because some people are trying to, I've been reading the comments. They're like, oh my God, he's starting beef with Kanye and Pusha T. I don't know how Pusha T got involved in the conversation.
Oh, do you think that's the reason why Pusha T tweeted that?
He made some tweet this morning, but it seemed like more of a shot.
No, that was yesterday. That was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
It seemed more like a shot at Drake than anything else.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was more of a, oh, so you really want this again kind of thing. And I'm like, well, that never happened with J. Cole in the first place. So, and
Pusha T would he would lose if J. Cole is really.
That's the thing. If J. Cole was really,
if he battled him, I think Pusha T would lose.
Yeah, he pulled the Drake in the sense. You remember with the battle, he was like,
Never a matter of could I, should I kiss my son on the forehead and kiss your ass goodbye. As luck would have it, I've settled into my role as the good guy. I guess luck is on your side.
That is the same thing that J. Cole did on this song when he's like, yo, if I wanted to end a rapper, then it wouldn't be for this reason, this reason. Let me sneak in this Kanye diss too. Yeah, but if I would, I could. And I'm like, I don't know about that because you're trying to be buddy-buddy with everybody. Can I really believe that you would come to step to somebody that came to you on that level? And maybe we don't want that because obviously we don't want beef in that sense. But it's like, if you want to solidify your spot, Cole, then you need to continue to be competitive.
That's what I mean. He's too good to not be competitive.
Yeah, he's too good to sit out and be like, you know what?
I'm good.
I'm good with everybody.
He's way too good to be just. I don't believe that. I don't believe that whatsoever.
Yeah.
And hopefully, that's what I mean. It just seems like he's gone now. He's changed. Well, he's going back to maybe his older ways.
We'll see.
Where his energy is more like when he's fighting. Mm-hmm. He's fighting for that spot.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's just. I don't know. It's just what I always find is weird is how like no one ever mentions like Kendrick or Drake. I've noticed that no one ever mentions them two together. But it's definitely like that's what I mean. It's definitely a rivalry.
Yeah.
Just a competitive rivalry. Because none of them you don't ever see them two. Like you've never seen them since freaking Control.
Yeah, and
you've never seen Kendrick or Drake since Control, and it's like, I don't know.
Yeah, and
I just think it's very suspicious. I think
maybe it's intentional. Maybe somebody's putting it in our heads that these are the three that just need to fight because that's what we see the articles around. This is what we see commentary around, and even we're feeding into it by discussing it. But I just wish this was one of the first times in a long time that I recognized I was like, I don't identify with J. Cole anymore. In terms of when I was growing up, it was very much I was like, yo, out of all the rappers, J. Cole's struggle is the one that I identify with the most because I'm like, he's saying things that are real to me. And it was like, I understood. I was like, okay. It was like, this is a person who got it. And now it's just very much like, I got it. I'm enlightened. I'm not ruffling anybody's feathers anymore. And I was like, that's not the J. Cole that I grew up with because the J. Cole that I grew up with was like, fuck the system. Like, I'm gonna do this my own way. I'm gonna make it my way. I'm gonna make me. And then it was just like he got there, and now there's this gap between the J. Cole that we used to know and the one that we have now because the one that we have now almost seems complacent. And he has every right to be. He's made it to where he's made it. But it was just like, out of everybody, I was like, J. Cole would be the one out of all the other rappers that had the skill, had the talent, and it was just like, we needed to see that reason why Jay-Z signed him to The Rock. Yeah. Like, I thought there was going to be that moment where it's just like, he would become the new Jay without having to do all the business stuff. Yeah. And I just don't see that anymore. And that's disappointing.
Yeah, I want to know what's in store.
I always say I could be wrong.
Yeah, you can. But yeah, I think the song, I definitely listened to it. I still bump it in the car, but even though it just released yesterday. But yeah, I disagree with his points, and this song just helped me just accept the fact that I just, my views, how I think, just don't correlate with J. Cole.
Yeah,
I'm not
maybe
saying
we're
it's supposed
projecting.
to.
Maybe we're projecting what we want onto J. Cole, and that might not be fair either.
Yeah.
know?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's just like kind of like split ways kind of thing. It's like, yo, I disagree. That's it. Simple. Where it's like, yo, we're still cool. Like, don't get me wrong. I'll still support J. Cole.
Yeah.
To this day, like if he's dropping a project, I'm definitely going to buy it.
Yeah.
I'm going to support it because he still doesn't rap not like nonsense. Like I still agree with the other half of what he's saying.
Yeah.
But when it comes to specific topics, I just disagree. And but the problem is like those specific topics are big topics.
Yeah.
But I think that's the reason why I harp on it so much, because those are big topics that we talk about.
Yeah.
So I just let it be, and it's like, yo, you know what? I disagree with you.
Yeah.
That's
That's what it is. I
just
think that's
disagree.
what just like I disagree with your point of view, and that's okay. Like,
Yeah.
That's
It's like
what it comes down to.
And it's kind of cool because it kind of creates a conversation.
Yeah.
But I just wanted him to like, honestly, out of the song, I just want him to say like, yo, Drake and Kendrick aren't on my level or something like that. And just like that nice competitive rivalry that like, you always need a rival to get better. You're not going to get better if you don't have a rival.
Yeah.
If you're the best, you're not going to.
Yeah. You always have to have competition.
You always have to have
And
competition.
I think that's what's missing in acknowledging like J. Cole's music is that he refuses to acknowledge that he has competition. When they clearly exist.
Yeah.
But it's like you're going into this saying that I'm not trying to have beef with anybody, but beef isn't competition.
Because it's nice, because like we always saying, we're going back to it. It's like Kendrick and Drake. When Views came out, it was very like Drake he's commercial mostly, and that was like one of his most commercial albums, right? And it's like it felt like Kendrick was like, all right, you know what? I did the conscious thing for like 3 years because he had Section 8,
Section 80,
Good Kid, and Mad City, yeah, Section 80,
Butterfly.
and then To Pimp a Butterfly. And he's like, all right, you know what? I need to change it up.
Yeah, damn.
In order to compete, and he said it was commercial. He did that so on purpose, but like that's what I like. It was like he had to change it up. In order to get better, you're gonna have to change things up, and that's what I always appreciate about Kendrick. He went out of his way he was like, you know what, I can't keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, and you know it's funny that we mentioned this. It's like if you listen to Kendrick's albums or just Kendrick's music in general, he doesn't acknowledge competition the same way that the others do, and that most rappers do in the industry. In fact, I don't even really think he doesn't acknowledge competition the way that the others do in this, because J. Cole will mention it, it's like, oh, I could buy this, da 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 da. Kendrick really just spits whatever he spits, and he lets his work speak for itself. Yeah. And that is why we all just have this understanding that it's like if Kendrick ever wanted to go at somebody, he just naturally could because of the versatility in his material. Yeah,
he really.
You have to wonder. It's like why out of the three? I shouldn't say out of the three because we know why Drake would never get it. But it's just like out of all the artists in the industry, rappers in the industry, why is it that Kendrick was able to make the Black Panther album? Well, we know because he had that relationship. But B, why did we accept it so quickly? Nobody questioned why Kendrick Lamar, out of all the rappers, was chosen to make it, and that's because Kendrick's work speaks for itself.
It really does, and that's why I came up to his next project. But that's why I want J. Cole to really explore with sounds and really grow and evolve his music. Yeah, I really think because he's way too good to just keep his music sounding stagnant.
Yeah,
there's no reason
it's been
why
stagnant for the last 4 to 5 years. Honestly, I know some people might argue the kid's on drugs. I thought it's very derivative. It's very basic in its ideas.
Forest Hills Drive is like I feel like J. Cole, when he released Forest Hills Drive, that wasn't his peak. That was like, this is what we like. If J. Cole keeps like that type of body of work, if he keeps it going like that, then this guy definitely gonna be at the top. That's how I felt. I felt like he unlocked like 60% of his power, honestly. Like with Forest Hills Drive, it's definitely a classic album. Out of all of his albums before that, and his albums before that were all good. They were great. But with Forest Hills Drive, it was just something special with that album.
No, I think that was the song that got him. That was the album that I think got him the most radio play. I know.
Like
Born Sinner, he had the.
He started getting a lot.
Miguel, he had the song.
Miguel, TLC, and
Crooked Smile,
and She Knows.
Yes.
Those were the three.
Yeah, but I think it was like the Forest Hill Drive. Like No Role Models is what really. Like that song played on the radio for about a year. Yeah.
It's like I felt like he really unlocked something.
You know.
He really unlocked something, and then he just locked it back up with For Your Eyes Only and KOD.
Yeah.
So I hope he gets back, like you said, back on the path where, all right, if you don't want a rivalry, if you don't want to compete, cool. But just evolve your music. Just change it up.
Yeah, I think overall he needs to, in particular, take a stance.
Oh, take a stance.
Where do you belong in this game, and what do you believe in? And it at some point, we all have to choose a side. It's either we're for this or we're against something, and that whole middle of the road thing.
I understand.
Because hold on, before I understand the point of understanding. It's great that you understand where people are coming from, and it's great that you empathize with it. Like you can be going through something. You can be like, yo, man, I'm having problems. I'm having a drug addiction, XYZ. But I'm not gonna tell you over here, look, yo, buddy, I know you have a drug addiction, but you can still do drugs. Not saying that that's what he's saying, but that's how it almost comes off. It's like, come on, man, we can't be understanding about all shit. Like, at some point we gotta be like, no, cut the shit, bro. You're not better than me. Yeah. You're not. That's just.
He just.
J. Cole just gets me. Like, I'm just like I get frustrated thinking about how his career trajectory went.
Yeah.
He was one of my favorite artists.
Yeah. So, listen to Middle Child if you haven't. Comment what you think, because I know everyone should have listened to it. You're a bum if you didn't listen to it. Straight up, you're a bum if you don't. But yeah, I just don't want J. Cole to be forgotten.
Yeah.
Because it's a weird like society we live in. It's like J. Cole gets recognized, and it's nice how J. Cole is understanding of everyone, but sometimes the nice guy doesn't come out of this fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like sometimes, like you say, you got to take a stance, even though people might not like it for you. Like they'll still remember that. You got to stand up, and I'm not saying stand up for. This could be about something else. I'm not saying about the new rappers against the old rappers or the real ones or the fake ones. I'm not saying take a stance on that, but whatever that comes next, you gotta stand on it. Stand on what you think. Because I don't want you being forgotten.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to admit, but like with the whole like Nas thing and like the comments thing. Remember when Lonzo Ball was like, "Don't nobody listen to Nas"? He's like, he was right. He was completely right. And J. Cole
was right, but he was right, and he was wrong. People still listen to Nas,
but it's like,
I know what you mean.
But to the degree where it's like they were disrespecting him that easily.
Yeah.
A lot of people were disrespecting Nas, which should not have happened. It never should have happened. Because Jay-Z, no one disrespects Jay-Z.
Yeah.
No one disrespects Jay-Z.
Yeah, nobody would ever say nobody listens to Jay-Z, and that would be accepted in the industry. You would have had Charlamagne talking shit, like, you know what I mean?
God.
It's just like, and other artists would have went to tweet and been like, yo,
that never would happen.
That shit out.
But Nas, we barely got like
and
a lot of commotion because it was like low key was kind of the thing. It was like, you kind of right, you kind of right. Like but J. Cole, he can't end up like that. I refuse for him to end up like that. You might not be listening. You could be listening, but like
you need some My Hero moment.
You way too good.
Have no fear, students. Because I am here.
Yeah, for real. For real, bro. Like you say, he unlocked like 60%. He still got it. He can still unlock it.
You're right.
With his power is undeniable, bro. Like he's way too good just to be forgotten in the future, which I don't think he ever will. But it's always possible. Anything could happen in the next 10 years.
True.
Anything could happen. So that's just my words. J. Cole, keep doing your thing with the production, because I don't want that going away. Keep doing your thing. And
keep exploring.
Keep exploring. I can't wait to hear more music.
She's now no longer part of her label. RCA is what they're saying, and it begs the question: what is going to happen with Tinashe in the future? And the reason why I bring this up is because Tinashe's story is not unlike many other artists.